doing it this morning. Woo! Hi friends, welcome to a new vlog with Mel. Welcome back, welcome if you're new. Hello, welcome. So today is Wednesday and today we have a full schedule ahead. We have got to answer emails. We have got to sign some contracts. I gotta look over some apartment stuff for those of you who don't know. Hi, I'm moving soon. Intimidating, yet pretty cool. And so I need to go over some apartment stuff as well. I also have sprints with Liv in just a little bit. And so I thought it would be a great idea, since it's gonna be a really productive day ahead. Reading is gonna get done, work is gonna get done, to do a small little a day in the life vlog. I've never done one of these. I always just keep everything mainly book centric, but I thought it would be fun to bring in other aspects of like lifestyle and work into this. It's a little bit intimidating if I'm being honest, because I've never done anything quite like this, but I'm really excited about this because I'm just excited about my day, okay? And I want to share. Anyway, a girl has Starbucks because she needed it, and we're gonna go ahead and pick out what I'm gonna read. Also, I feel like I'm in the dark, but it's the microphone, which is casting a shadow. But we're gonna pick out what I'm gonna read today because I need to make some progress with some Patreon book club picks, and then I also really want to read Heartstopper because the show is coming out this Friday. I'm gonna watch it on Saturday with my patrons, and so I thought it'd be really fun to just reread the series. Maybe not entirely today, but start a reread today. So let's go fetch those. Listen, a girl was ready. They've been there, okay? I have been waiting for this moment for too long, it seems like. So Heartstopper, all four of them are right here. And I also think it'd be really nice, I don't know if the light is gonna change too much, I'm sorry, but I think it'll be exciting to start A Pinch of Magic, which is my Patreon book club pick for the month of April. I was like, what month are we in? So I really need to start this because I am recently falling behind on rereads, and so I just want to make sure to get that semi-done today. I do have the audiobook. Let's join the sprints because I'm 3 minutes late. I'm always late. What else is new? How could I forget my breakfast too? I got some croissants. Hello. And some good trusty coffee. Hi friends, did I just finish Heartstopper in a single sitting? Yes, so I have read volume 1. I am on sprints. You can barely see that because aperture is super bright right now, but I have finished Heartstopper and I forgot so many things about this. I forgot that Ben was a thing. I forgot that Harry was a thing, and reading it just made me so mad, but everything else about this is so rewarding, and I just love how it establishes so many important conversations, which I think if you've read Heartstopper, you know. But even right from the start, you get Nick and Charlie, who, if you don't know what this is about, we basically follow Nick and Charlie who attend the same high school, and essentially they bond after Nick invites Charlie to try out for the rugby team. And as Nick kind of guides Charlie into this newfound like journey, into this newfound sport, they start bonding as friends, and then it slowly starts developing into a crush, and it's about sexuality, it's a coming of age story, it's a romance, it's a contemporary, it deals very heavily with themes of mental health. It's just a fantastic series. But right from the start, you get to see how Alice Oseman establishes the conversation about sexuality and how oftentimes that is portrayed in the media or by society. Because when Charlie is going to try out for the rugby team, you instantly stumble upon these stigmas or upon these kind of societal kind of constructs saying that gay men are not into sports, that gay men cannot or are not typically into that rough sort of sport. You're creating a stereotype. And so I love how she right from the start addresses that and continues to prove time and time again how all of these stigmas, how all of these molds that society has created for people within the LGBTQ plus community, how they're just not true at all. And so I love that side of the commentary, and just also how both of these characters bond and how they form their friendship. And even then, with all of the uncertainties of Charlie not really knowing if Nick is actually into boys, if he's gay, if he's bi, if he's pan, or even Nick, who also has not even really thought about his sexuality and is now just starting to question and discover what that means to him. It's just such a beautiful journey, and I think the way that it's illustrated and the way that their relationship develops, which I'll obviously get to read more of, although I've already read it, but I'll get to read some more of it today, is just really stunning, and that's why I love it so much. And I just think it's beautifully illustrated, it's funny, it's heartfelt, but it's serious all at the same time, that I will never get tired of recommending. And so Volume 1 is done, people. Got in that reread. And so the sprint is ending, but on the next sprint, I will be tackling Heartstopper Volume 2. And I think after I'm done with Volume 2 is when I'll actually squeeze in some work. But I do like to get some morning reading before I actually even start working. And so these sprints were fantastic because we start at 10:30. So now I get to do some reading, then some working, and then some more reading. Heartstopper. I finished Volume 2. Hi. And I have also given it 5 stars. Because here's the thing. How can you not give Nick and Charlie 5 stars? And I've said this before, but when I think about a loving, accepting couple who puts no pressure onto the other person and whose relationship just seems very healthy, I think of Nick and Charlie. And I think it's perfectly exemplified both in Volumes 1 and 2 and really in the rest of the series, how Nick gets to be fully himself when he's with Charlie in a way that he hasn't really been able to do around his other friends or the people in his personal life outside of his family. And so seeing him get to do that and fully open up is just beautiful. And also just witnessing how they allow each other to have these healthy spaces to figure things out with no pressure is honestly really beautiful and something that everybody deserves. Because especially when talking about Nick and his potential coming out and him trying to figure out what he identifies with or what closely matches how he personally feels, seeing Charlie put no pressure on him and being like, you can figure it out on your own time. I don't care how long it takes. I'm just here with you because I want to be with you. But that does not mean that I'm going to pressure you into coming out, into figuring this out today. Because for a lot of people, it's a journey. It's a journey with embracing yourself and all of your likes and dislikes completely. And there's also obviously the fear of how people will react if you actually make that big step. And I love that we have a depiction in this of really supportive, fiercely loyal parents who are there for their kids, which is also something that everybody deserves. And so I love seeing how, let's say, Charlie's dad, he is there for him and he's like, you call me if you need anything. If anybody messes with you, you know I'm here for you. I will come pick you up and I will protect you. And it's not a matter of this person needs protecting, but rather if you need it, I am here for you. And also just seeing that healthy dynamic is really beautiful. And obviously Nick with his mom and his mom just being so loving, just being so kind, which is the bare minimum of, yes, what somebody can do, but it's just really beautiful to witness and I love it. I also love seeing particularly Charlie's friends, because Nick's friends are, if you've read this, then you know they're a little bit more difficult, but seeing Charlie's friends and how also just loving and accepting they are. And while it does come with its reserves and while it does come with its little bit of skepticism sometimes, they really are just a lovely bunch. And that's also something that Nick needs a healthy dose of. So I just love how in many different ways they keep complimenting each other, even with the people in their lives. And it's just so chef's kiss to everything. Alice Oseman just nails it every single time. And also just Tori. Like, Tori remains one of my favorite characters because while she is obviously not the protagonist of this, she does have her own fully written in prose book. I love the little appearances that she makes here because you can also tell once more how fiercely protective of her brother she is, how supportive she is, and also just those little, I knew it. It's really, really fun to see that sibling dynamic because you can tell that they heavily care for each other. And then just also seeing the, I don't know if it's the beginning stages because I believe, I'll double check that when I'm in volume 4, which is the most heavy in its mental health depiction. We do know that Charlie struggles with an eating disorder, but I don't know if it starts there or if it's been an ongoing thing throughout the series. I believe it's been an ongoing thing throughout the series. And there was one moment here where Nick basically asked him like, what do you want to eat? And he's like, I'm not hungry. And so we can either see the beginning stages of it here, or you can just see how it exemplifies itself in small ways. And I love how Alice Oseman approaches these mental health subjects because oftentimes we think that the stereotype or the archetype of somebody who's going through something mental health related is somebody who looks physically unwell, and that is not always the truth. And you never really know what anybody's going through up until they verbalize it to you, or if you hear it secondhand. And so I love that she accurately depicts that in all of her volumes. Yes, I'll see you guys when I have an update. Hey everybody, so a small update. Most of the admin work has gotten done. I have sent the patron letters to the people who needed to receive those. So that has been done. I have sent everything regarding invoices, contracts, everything. It's gotten done, which feels so good. Yeah, I think that was like the gist of like the admin work that I needed to do. We sprinted for a few hours, which is where I read Heartstopper. And now I need to look over apartment stuff. They finally sent over the little blueprint for the apartment. So now I actually have the measurements that I need, meaning that I can actually start buying furniture, which is intimidating and exciting all at the same time. So we're gonna look those over. My mom's here, so we're gonna go look over those and kind of measure out space and see what is possible to include in there. So there's that. Hi friends. So in a stunning plot twist of event, my mom wants coffee. So currently making some coffee. Gotta ground some beans and then make a good old coffee. And then I just forgot, well, I didn't just forget, but I just forgot in general. I have a few packages that I have to open. And so I think I may as well just include them here because I have been waiting for the opportune time to unbox those. And I told myself, why would I unbox these now? I'm literally moving in 2 weeks. But like, honestly, I'm just gonna unbox them today. So after I'm done making this coffee, we're probably just gonna sit down and have a nice little unboxing moment because I received quite a few books from publishers and also a cute little thing that I have to show you. So we're just gonna get that done after this is done because I need to throw those waxes away if I'm being honest. Okay, we've got coffee. And it's time for a nice little unboxing section, which is very kindly sponsored by Brevity. And let me just show you guys this because I have been obsessed with this backpack and it's also green. You guys know green has been like my ongoing theme color for this year. So what I love the most about this backpack is really just the fact that it's super practical. You've got a front pocket that literally fits all of my annotation tools, which is perfect. Anything to do with like stationery, honestly, this front pocket will be your best friend. And then when you've got the bigger compartment, I can literally fit my laptop in there just fine. It's got padded spacing, so that means that you can trust your laptop will be just fine. It's also made of water resistant material, which is super important to me because it's currently rain season here where I live and it gets bad. And not only that, but it's also a machine washable material, so you can safely throw this in the washer. It's also got a water bottle compartment on the side and you can fit up to a 40-ounce hydro flask. The luggage passage right here, whatever this called, so that I can just snugly fit this into my bigger luggage and I can just parade around the airport. It's also got a lifetime warranty and they've got over 5,000 5-star reviews, which is quite impressive. And And did I mention it also comes in 11 different colors? And if you guys do want to check them out, I will be leaving their link down in the description. It doesn't get better than that. It's the simple things in life. We've got boxes. Hello. Also, if you can hear just a little zooming in the background, it's definitely the AC. Hello. But I've got a few books to unbox with you guys, and these have been sitting in my laundry room for forever. So let's open these. So first we have one from Simon & Schuster. This is for a Rachel Lynn Solomon release. I do believe this is YA. It doesn't look adult. And I had no idea that Rachel Lynn Solomon actually published any YA. I thought she just published adult romances. What's worse than reliving your disastrous first day of college? Oh, over and over again. I instantly love that this is set in college. More college stories, please and thank you. Being stuck in the time loop with your very cute arch nemesis. So thank you so much to Simon & Schuster for sending this to me. It's definitely a Simon teen. Is it? No, it's a Simon & Schuster release. And this comes out in May, so it literally comes out next month. And then we have got a Robbie Crouch release. And I know that Robbie Crouch is the author for The Sky Blue. And oh, it's got a pin. It literally says, "Let's talk Blaine for the win." I freaking love that. That is so cute. And then we actually got an enamel pin, and oh, it's from The Sky Blue. So it's actually quite nice. Focus on the thing it should focus on. There we go. This is actually from The Sky Blues, but it's so cool. I don't think I've ever seen, usually with ARC mail, I've never seen pieces like these, or at least not very often. It's coming in April. I'm a little bit late for this, but I freaking love the cover for this. Like these YA new adult covers, a vibe, okay? This is a stunning copy. And the back of this says, high school junior Blaine Bowers has it all. The perfect boyfriend, a pretty sweet gig as a muralist for local Windy City businesses, a loving family, and awesome talented friends. And he is absolutely 100% positive that aforementioned perfect boyfriend, senior student council president and Mr. Popular of Wicker West High School, Joey, is going to invite Blaine to spend spring break with his family in beautiful sunny Cabo San Lucas. Except Joey breaks up with him instead, in public, on their 1-year anniversary. Hey, that's messed up. Determined to prove that Blaine can be what Joey wants, Blaine decides to enter the running to become Joey's successor and beat out Joey's new boyfriend, Zach. Okay, that actually sounds really fun. It definitely sounds like one of those sort of rom-com coming of age comedies that we see. Okay, this is gonna be fun. I don't know why it's giving me like early 2000 vibes, but it's giving me early 2000 vibes, and I am here for that comeback story. And then we've got this, which I'm super excited about. This is a PR moment for Witchlings, which is Claribel Ortega's newest release. This is a middle grade, but it's this freaking illustration. Literally, my mom saw this. My mom was like, "What is that? That is so cute." And it indeed is the cutest thing on earth. And this says, "Friendship is the most powerful magic of all." And that they're not wrong. They're not wrong. It's the little things in life, but look at this little frog. Look at her. Isn't she stunning? I'm gonna save this and I'm gonna use this as an art print. I love that. Got a bunch of fussies. You can see them right there. And look at the book. This is so pretty. But look at this cover, you guys. You can see the eyes, the little evil eyes it's got. You gonna mess with my girls, huh? Can 3 witchlings do the impossible? Yes, they can. Every year in the magical town of Ravenskill, young witchlings participate in the Black Moon ceremony, are placed into covens, and come into their powers as fully fledged witches. 12-year-old Seven Salazar can't wait to be placed in House Hyacinth with her best friend. She's worked so hard to get the best possible placement and to avoid being a spare, a leftover witch with lesser powers, looked down on by everyone. But on the night of the ceremony, in front of the entire town, Seven isn't placed into House Hyacinth or in one of the 5 covens at all. She's a spare. Seven invokes her only option, the impossible task. Oh my god, I have a 24-hour readathon this weekend, and I think I'm gonna read this then, because this just sounds like the cutest thing ever, and it's like short as well, obviously, because it's middle grade, but that is like that. I know that's gonna be the moment. Which coven would you join? Pack of 5 coven cards? Read the descriptions, then scratch and reveal to find your coven. Make your own necklace. Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm gonna be the annoying person to do this. Like, I will. This is probably like the best package I've gotten in a while. What's this? What do we have here? Witch's Brew. Gummy, orange, grape, green, apple. I'm not gonna eat the orange ones, but everything else though. I love when PR packages come like this and they give me a damn hoodie because yes, as you guys would know, my closet literally consists on hoodies and turtlenecks, and that's just the vibe. But we've got this nice little hoodie that says witchlings. I'm regularly not into purple. Am I gonna wear this anyway? Yes. Okay, it is fairyloot time. Finally, I'm opening a fairyloot somewhat in time because I literally got my email today saying that something shipped, and I'm pretty sure it's the whatever box comes next. And this is March, so the April box just shipped. I thought for a second it was the Legend set, but the day that I see the Legend set, it's not anytime soon. I already know what book is in here. I actually doing the bookshelf roasting video when I was looking at everybody's submissions, I'm pretty sure I spoiled myself for the book, but it's fine. It's fine. Like I knew what book was gonna be in here because there was only one clear choice. And so here we have the spoiler card. Yes, we have got a tea tin, which we have gotten from Fairyloot before. This is inspired on the book, which is The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea, I believe it's called. And this says, don't chase fate, let fate chase you. And so we've got this nice little flower moment at the top, accompanied by this nice little quote moment. And I think what I like the most about this is the color palette. And so this is quite nice. This is a cushion cover from Raybearer. And this says, only one thing is more powerful than a wish, and that is a purpose. This is what it looks like, which definitely fits the color scheme for Redemptor, which is the second book. But we do have a Cersei bookmark, which we know how Cersei went for me, but I still want a bookmark. And so we have got, ooh, wait, this is pretty. So we do have a bookmark, and you guys know I will welcome any sort of bookmark with open arms. And we have a Raven Boys sticker sheet with some of the characters from the book, the series. I will say though, for people who are paying for this box, it's kind of underwhelming if I'm being honest. Some tarot cards, as we do. We've got the Magician and the Fool. Wait, haven't they done all of the major arcanas already? Are they just like renewing their set? Are they just like carrying on? Because I'm pretty sure I did the math for this, and I basically did some research as to when they started sending out the tarot cards and how long it's been, and I'm pretty sure, I think actually by March, April, I think they were supposed to be done with the whole like 70 something cards, and now we are getting major arcanas again, which I'm pretty sure people have already gotten. So is this them just like making a new deck? Which if they are, I'm here for it, but I kind of want to buy the other set as well and just like have it complete. So Fairyloot, when are you releasing a full set? Because even the back of it is like different. This is a different design, but I'm pretty sure these are from Daughter of the Moon Goddess. Are they? Yes, I will assume these are the main two characters from the book, but honestly, like this illustration is stunning, and I do quite like the back part of this. I think this newer design is better than the purple one, I will have to admit. So I'm quite vibing with this. And I think we've also, okay, yeah, this is ARZ28. So we're definitely switching illustrators with these two, which is quite nice. So everybody gets a turn, which I mean, has been no different to the past. We have got the bookmark that matches the spoiler card. We've got the fairy scoop as per usual. We have got the letter from the author accompanied by this really stunning art print. And then this is The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea. I actually have no idea. Like I've heard of this book. I just don't really have an idea of what the original version looks like. I'll pop it on here on the screen, but it's definitely not like the prettiest book Fairyloot has ever done, but it's still really pretty. And I will say I quite like the edges. Maybe I would have gone with a different color for the sprayed edges and for the stencil, but it's still quite stunning. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, this is nice. We've got some nice customized end papers. Are they the same? They're different at the back. We've got another scene from the book at the back. We do have this nice little foiling moment for the actual hardcover, which I would rather have foiling on the hardcover rather than an art print beneath the dust jacket, because realistically speaking, I'm really not gonna look at those, and it's very few cases that I would actually like to flip it around. Like I rarely do that. But the blurb for this says, deadly storms, an ancient curse, will her sacrifice save them all? For generations, deadly storms have ravaged Mina's homeland. Her people believe the sea god, once their protector, now curses them with death and despair. To appease him, each year a maiden is thrown into the sea in the hopes that one day the true bride will be chosen and end the suffering. Will she be the bride? She doesn't have much time. A human cannot live long in the land of the spirits, and there are those who would do anything to keep the sea god from waking. I believe Axio also wrote XOXO, right? Perfect for fans of Uprooted and Spirited Away. Okay, I can vibe with that. And now I get to sit down and read a little bit before therapy, which is in 25 minutes. So let me read a few pages of Heartstopper, which also is kind of like therapy because it just makes my heart warm, my soul sing. Gotta love the therapy followed by therapy. You know what? This is a character that I forgot was this fiercely protective and loving of Nick and Charlie, but I love the rugby coach. I just love how she's like, if you do anything to Charlie, like I will mess you up, Nick. And she also just told him that if anything happened to them and if anybody tried to mess with them, she'd get it handled. I love that. Finished volume 3. Also, I'm matching this. I'm loving all of the green vibes today. But I finished volume 3, and honestly, when I initially read this, I rated this 4 stars, and I can't remember why. So I've obviously erased my rating to 5 stars, which is a great time for me. This one, you can definitely start to see sort of the oncoming, not issues, but the hurdles that Nick and Charlie are gonna have to go through as a couple. It's a lot of societal expectation in this one with when do I come out? How do I come out? Is this something that I really want to do, or is this something that's kind of being forced on me because of societal expectation? And then just feeling a lot of pressure towards doing things to sort of appease other people. And I love that reaffirming message of you don't have to do it out of expectation. You have to do it when it feels right to you, if you want to, and under your own terms, essentially. And I love that reaffirmation as you read this. But then also you've got the mental health aspect of this, Charlie, and a little bit more of his backstory and how he was sort of outed when he was not really planning on doing that, and then how people treated him at school and how people were incredibly nasty because he's gay. And that I think also reflects very directly onto Nick and how they both perceive the relationship and how they both move forward with a lot of fear of what will people say, how will people react, how will people treat us, or how will people treat us differently because of our relationship. And I think that also in ways creates a lot of fear in Nick in general, and you can kind of see that fear manifested through his brother, which his brother is also not the kindest of individuals. And I think that is also very representative of sadly what a lot of people have to go through. And we also get to observe a little bit more of Charlie's eating disorder in this one, a little bit more like firsthand, I'd say, because we know that there's been something going on, and we kind of saw the beginning stages of it in, not the beginning stages, but the first inklings of it in volume 2, but I think it's in this one that we finally get to find out what has happened. And it just further reaffirms that you never really know what people are going through up until you firsthand see it, or up until they say something to you. And I think Charlie's struggle is something that a lot of people go through very quietly, and I think it also speaks volumes about being the industry standard of skinny or slim does not always equate to being healthy, and you never again know what struggle bodily people are going through. And it just breaks my heart, even though it's a fictional character obviously, but it breaks my heart as somebody who's gone through the not wanting to eat, or through the overeating, or through not wanting to eat in front of other people. It just breaks my heart to kind of see that in in his life, and that eating disorder or that disorderly eating sort of manifesting itself very strongly into Charlie's life, because it's never pleasant. It's never pleasant for the person going through it and for the people around it who may not understand it and who may be adding to that situation. And so we saw a lot more of that in this volume, but I think this volume also had its really nice moments. Their teachers, look, shout out to the teachers in this one, because they also got it. They also got it. That's all I'm gonna say. They also got it. And I love this. I love this for all of them. And also just the friendships in this one. It's sort of a balance, right? Where whilst some things in your personal life might not be going as you would want them to, there will also hopefully be that side of your life, those friends, those family members, those companions in life that will understand you, that will see you for who you are, that will hold no judgment, that will just be incredibly loving and fiercely loyal. And I really love that balance, truly, because that's essentially what life is. Like it's never black or white. There's a lot of gray area as well. And I just like how as we move forward, we not only get Nick and Charlie, but we also get all of the couples and people surrounding them. And we also get to see inklings of them, which I think is really nice. And I really wonder how much of that we're gonna get in the show. I think it's gonna be quite interesting now, having reread this so close to the release of the show. I think it's gonna be really interesting to see how they go about it and just how everything looks visually on screen. And so now I'm gonna start volume 4, which is the newest release. Let us get into Heartstopper volume 4. Let's get into this nice reread. My friends, we have reached the end of this. I have finished Heartstopper volume 4, and I didn't even realize the first time that I read this that this actually has a content warning at the beginning, which I quite love. We do stand, we do appreciate, and this one hit hard. This is the one that I personally related to the most, particularly with the eating disorder talk, disorderly eating, body dysmorphia. It is something that I've been struggling with for a while, more heavily in the past year. I think this one just captured so perfectly what it's like to go through that, almost being ashamed of owning up to it and even acknowledging that it's a thing, and getting people to understand how your brain works and how your brain tries to justify certain ways of acting or reacting or behaving around food and with your body and with the way that you dress. And even small things like Charlie not wanting to go into the water without a shirt on is something that I can heavily relate to. Like, never in my life have I felt comfortable enough to do that. And so I think reading this, it heavily feels like being seen and being heard and just being acknowledged, and that in and out of itself, like, it goes a long way. And so it's things like these that I appreciate, because it just makes it a bit easier at times to acknowledge what's happening in your own personal life. And that's why I love books so much, because sometimes when you are not really able to verbalize things, or when you're not able to kind of process things in an entirely healthy way, or when it's just hard, because denial happens sometimes, and coming to terms with struggles on a daily, like, sometimes it's hard. And I think myself personally, like, I get so jaded with what I see online or what regular mainstream media tries to push so heavily, that it doesn't help when these are the kinds of things that some individuals, myself included, go through on a daily basis. Having grown up in a community in general, and I'm sure other people can relate as well, but like growing up in the Latin community, like I've talked about this before, you walk into a family gathering and then the first thing that they say is, "You've gained weight, mamita, ¿qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó?" And like, it's always an issue, quote unquote, and it's always something to note, and backwards too. And you never really know when saying comments like that might affect someone. And I just really love how Alice Oseman brings that up in here, because tied with that subject, you have the sometimes no matter how hard you try, you can't fix people. And that's a constant. And sometimes it's hard to learn that. And as somebody who had many different instances in high school where I really wanted to help friends, and you almost get like this savior complex in ways sometimes where you're like gonna get them out of it, I'm gonna help so much, and it's gonna be the thing that's gonna finally pull them out. And it doesn't work like that. Sometimes while you establish these really important conversations with people, it really does help, but sometimes asking very outwardly or doing those call outs is counterproductive. And we see that in here with how Nick is advised to talk to Charlie about his eating disorder, where, you know, maybe if you don't really bring up food and the way that you consume it or your relationship with it, it's better in ways because then the conversation can actually happen. But it's that too, right? We can't fix others. We can provide help and we can provide comfort and we can be there for them in ways that they need. And I think in moments like that, it's also really important to establish that conversation to see how you can be there for people, because sometimes even in the ways that we think we are showing up for people is quote unquote right or the good way to do things. And sometimes we're not showing up in the way that they need us to show up. And so Alice Oseman really just, I think, tackled all of that with a lot of nuance in this volume. And I think that is why, and I said this last year, this continues to be my favorite volume so far, because honestly, the way that she just establishes the subject matter is done in a very profound way, but in a real, honest way as well, where even people who are wondering how to navigate these conversations and these situations, like, this is a great way to kind of witness firsthand, in a way, the differences in approaches and how things might manifest in a particular relationship. I absolutely love that about this, and just getting Nellie as well is always a sight to behold. And also Oliver, little Oliver, I haven't talked about him, but Charlie's little brother, he is so cute and so wholesome, and just the way that he's also like, oh, like, are you and Nick gonna stay together forever? Does that mean I'm gonna get another brother? Like, yes, please. I'd love that. It's those moments. And seeing Charlie's relationship with his family is just something that I enjoy a lot. And that also doesn't come without its hurdles, because you can see several times throughout the series how he butts heads with his mom in particular. Also something I can relate to very heavily. But there's also a lot of love there. And so again, nothing is ever black and white. There's a lot of gray area. And I love how Alice Oseman just continues to write realistic depictions of humans and how somebody's life may look like. 5 stars goes to Heartstopper Volume 4. This is the end of today's vlog. Thank you for accompanying me in a day of my life, which arguably, like, maybe not the most interesting of things, because I did stay home all day today. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to give it a massive thumbs up down below. Comment down below, have you read Heartstopper? How's your day been going? And are you looking forward to the Heartstopper TV show? Because I surely am. And if you reached to the end of the video, let's leave a dog emoji down below. I don't think we've ever done a dog emoji, but I can't stop thinking about Nellie. Don't forget to subscribe down below if you haven't done so already. I am constantly uploading videos that I'm sure you don't want to miss. And if you want to support the channel further and get some extra content, live shows, a book club, a Discord server, extra videos, and just the whole 9 yards, I would suggest signing up to Patreon, joining the Citadel family. That is always linked down below, alongside all of my social medias. And now I also have a TikTok, so you can also go follow that, because that's rather new. I think that's it for today. Thank you for coming along on this ride with me, and I shall see you on the next one. Bye guys!